Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'll turn my volume up here. Welcome back to the channel. Today is going to be a movie haul review here at the drive-in. Some titles I picked up on eBay recently. So let's get started. Quite a few tonight in the video. First off is from the makers of Leprechaun. I don't know if it was Mark. Can't remember the director's name that made Leprechaun. It's Rumpelstiltskin. Yeah, Mark Jones. Had to have this. This is the collector's edition. It says, "When the fairy tale ends, the nightmare begins." I remember the practical effects being really good for this. I don't know. It got to the point where, like, when Leprechaun hit, like, they started making these practical effects, like, caricature kind of characters, like a Rumpelstiltskin and that kind of thing. They did like Uncle Sam, and I don't know, just did different things like that. But I had to have this, and I picked this up, and I'm really happy I was able to get it. And then next up was a Shudder exclusive here, starring Teresa Palmer and Stephen Cree, the twin. Evil only a mother could love. We got this cover. It says it's unequivocally terrifying. This is from Shudder and RLJ Entertainment Films. Clocks in at 108 minutes. It's being called Disturbing. Teresa Palmer, and this is nothing short of phenomenal. In the aftermath of a tragic accident where their son was killed, Rachel and Anthony decide to move to the other side of the world to focus on their surviving twin son, Elliot. What begins as a time of healing, isolation in the Scandinavian countryside turns into a desperate battle for the very soul of their son when an entity claiming to be his dead twin brother takes over Elliot. Rachel is set on a diabolical journey to unravel the horrible truth about Elliot's twin. And if I had to say I could compare a movie that I've seen recently to this one, is the movie Dead and Buried, now playing on Tubi. The townspeople are really weird. They don't like outsiders. They don't want their secret told, basically. But pretty good thriller. I wouldn't say overly scary. Kind of has its moments, kind of creepy here and there, but not nothing that's gonna stick with you. But at the same token, it's a very good thriller. Very well done. One of the better Shudder exclusives, I would say. But that's my second title I picked up. Next up, I'm kind of getting a what is that? Idle Hands vibe to this one. It's a Bloody Funny Blast. It's bloodydisgusting.com. And this is from Artsploitation Films, and it's called Bloody Knuckles. And it kind of has that Shrunken Heads Full Moon Features look to it as well, the art here on the cover. And it was selected for a bunch of official selections for different film festivals in Vancouver, Fantasia, I guess it's an Asian film festival, Buenos Aires, Boston, and Morbido. I think that's what it says. Yeah, Morbido. This is Canadian based, unrated 2014, 86 minutes, and the bonus content is over 2 hours of bonus content, which is really good. I'm really not going to get into reading it, but you kind of get that vibe of Idle Hands, like I said, mixed with Shrunken Heads. Let's look at the back. Either way, I don't know, something about it I like. And that doesn't hurt that it has the clear casing either. I like that. Really cool film by the looks. And here is Movies for the Midnight Hour, an all-night festival of midnight movies. It's a 𝙂𝙖𝙍𝙍 production company that put this together. It's an MVD visual. It's region free. It has a total of 8 short films in this collage of kind of like you could kind of call it a anthology of sorts, because each film's kind of short, different tone, of course. Has interactive menus, optional Jim Haggerty intro to each film, Has a bonus feature, Curse of the House Witch, and I don't think it says it on the back. No, it doesn't. And then a Jim Haggerty interview. And they said this is from out of 2021, this collage of short films here. And I'm not going to read this one because it's quite extensively long on the back, but what I'm gathering, it's a whole set of short films from cult filmmaker Jim Haggerty, or Haggerty. Some are serious, some are funny, some are scary, some are sexy, some are trippy, some are retro, but they're all movies for the midnight hour. Pretty interesting. Thought I'd grab that. And then I got a film here. It's a collector's edition. Just when you thought it was safe to take out the trash, it's a Bloody Disgusting presents a Screen Box original. Raccoon. Has a decent amount of bonus features. It says when a synthetically altered street drug is discarded in the woods by a drug dealer during a car chase with the police, fallout proves nothing less than horrific when an innocent raccoon eats it, transforming it into a nightmarish killing machine straight from the bowels of hell. When unsuspecting campers, tourists, and residents of a mountain community, all in close proximity to the epicenter, no one is safe from the monster's unrelenting rampage. And this is a Cineverse release, Region A, 88 minutes on this one. Pretty cool. I want to say I've seen this actor in another movie. Oh, and this too is directed by Brad Twigg, who I've done a lot of reviews for him in the past as well. Can't remember some of the names of it. This is a Fuzzy Monkey Films release as well. Let's look at the back. Pretty cool. Looks like it kind of has that Thanksgiving kind of look to it with the way the turkey was like, I don't know, just kind of like you could tell somebody was moving it. And that's kind of the vibe I'm getting with this raccoon a little bit, but this should be, I might watch that tonight. And this film I really enjoyed. I did see this one on Tubi. It's Goldilocks and the Three Bears, Death in Porridge. Really good film. Very much like The Strangers, but only set during the daytime. Horror Asylum and Variety put it over pretty big time on the front cover. This is a Region Zero. It's from Leomark Studios. 83 minutes, English language, of course. When a group of friends arrive at the wrong address for their annual reunion vacation, they find themselves in the middle of nowhere. Desperate, they break into a house only to discover it belongs to psychotic killers. Dressed as Goldilocks and the Three Bears, what begins as a fun getaway turns into a terrifying fight for survival and a deadly game of cat and mouse. Can they escape with their lives? Pretty cool film. Highly recommend this one. If you get a chance, watch it on Tubi. It's a really fun ride of a film. Another one of those ones that make, kind of plays off the whole, kind of like the fairy tale world, if you will. And that's Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Next up, pretty cool 80s film here. I've caught this a few times back in the day. I used to, see it a lot at the video store. I had a different cover back then, of course, and I think the cover then was better than the one now, but this is called The Nail Gun Massacre. A story that will pierce your skull and puncture your sanity. And there's a little bit of art on the back there where you can see the nails are puncturing into, I don't know, presumed human being or the victim, if you will. And there's like blood protruding from where the nails are sticking. Pretty cool. A little look at the cover. Not really worried about any nudity in the channel. I don't get monetized anyway, so it's whatever. But yeah, it's a pretty fun flick. I wouldn't say highly recommend it, but if you're a fan of the 80s slasher genre like I am, you could do worse. Then next up is a movie from David Sterling Entertainment, Claw 2 Blood Legacy. You can catch David on Facebook at www david.facebook.com, david.sterling167. So, you know who David is. Reach out to him. You know, just, you know, find out what his projects are or whatever. But Jack is trying to write his next novel. James, his agent, is not happy with the pace down in his New York City loft, so he sends Jack to the country to get more words on the page. But the isolation in the rural town of Swamp Hollow brings to the surface a horrific town history. The nightmares, strange characters, blood, and apparitions are really getting to Jack. Is he going crazy, or is the town that effed up? Perhaps the town local Stella can keep Jack focused. She has an uncanny knowledge of everything that is Swamp Hollow, the good, the bad, and the horrific. With her mix of ageless beauty and desire to just enjoy the fun things in life, what could possibly go wrong? I kind of feel like this is a little bit of a manufactured on demand movie, maybe as well, because I'm not really, you know, not a lot of details went into the making unless it's a super mega cheap indie film, but looks pretty interesting. And I don't know, I like these more obscure slasher, like urban legend kind of characters, and that's Claw 2. I'll have to hunt down Claw 1, of course. And I know this is a horror channel, but I couldn't resist on grabbing this. It's a Blu-ray plus digital copy, so if anybody out there tonight is interested in the copy, let me know. And I don't even know if it's active. It should be, but this is a movie starring the late great Hulk Hogan, Santa with Muscles. Pretty much self-explanatory. I'm not gonna really read it. This is from Mill Creek Entertainment. You can redeem that code on moviespree.com. If you have any questions, you can always leave them in the comments if you do end up getting the code. It's a Region A, clocks in at 1 hour and 38 minutes. It's from Sonar Entertainment as well. It says at Christmas time, only the strong survive. But had to pick it up, just for the Hulkster, you know, passing recently. Feel bad. Lost a real legend. He's probably my all-time favorite. I know a lot of people don't like his, you know, his racist stuff, as I don't, but he, you know, we make mistakes, and I don't know, he might have been a lost soul, you know, like, I don't know, battling demons and stuff. Like, I don't know, it seems like all these NWO guys battled a lot of mental things later in life. I don't know, but yeah, that's movie starring Hulk Hogan, and I can't say as I've ever watched it. I do remember when it came out. I remember it airing like on TNT or one of those channels, but nonetheless, I picked it up. And again, I'm sorry it's not horror, as this isn't either. This is a Blu-ray digital copy code for Transformers Rise of the Beast, the best Transformer movie yet. I don't think I would go quite that far, but that's what Eric Wolkowski said from Joe Blow. It was a pretty fun ride, I will admit. It does have a slew of special features. Brandon Davis says it's a fun, action-packed time. Optimus Prime and the Autobots take on their biggest challenge yet in this adrenaline-fueled adventure of pulse-pounding action. When a new threat capable of destroying the entire planet emerges, they must team up with a powerful faction known as the Maximals, with the fate of humanity hanging in the balance. Noah, Elena, and will do whatever it takes to help the Transformers allies as they engage in the ultimate battle to save Earth in the exciting new chapter in this Transformers saga. And it does hint at, in this movie, that we're going to get a crossover with G.I. Joe, and I'm sure everybody out there tonight's pretty much watched this that's gonna. But if you haven't, I spoiled it. It's not really.
We will make America great
There's my truck
again.
clock.
We will make
I don't know. I'm not
America
too happy with the way the
great
government
again.
shutdown's going on right now with anybody on both sides, and I'm a Trump supporter, and I don't like what he's been doing either. So it's whatever it is. You know, I just wish we could get back to the traditional sense of being American citizens and all making the betterment of our country, not at odds at every day that passes. But this is a political video, but I know I'm just tired of all the games both sides are playing right now. But That's Transformers: Rise of the Beast. I did watch that. I did have fun with it. I liked that they interacted with you know uh, robotic like uh, beasts that were made of like other than robotic form, which was pretty cool. And then I got this, the 4K Ultra HD plus digital code. And again, if you want this, the rules are of my channel. You can't, unless somebody else, unless there's nobody else that wants them, you can't have like each one of them, to yourself. I haven't had anybody ask me for them yet, but you're welcome to, as long as you kind of share, share the candy, if you will, as long as you're not sweeping up trying to take all the digital codes, because some, the users out there probably, it would be better to spread them out. This is a movie starring Arnold Schwarzenegger with Running Man. And I'm not going to read this. I'm sure everybody up there tonight knows what this is about. 1987, 100 minutes. This is probably one of my, if not my favorite, Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. I would say that new remake, I don't know. I'm not feeling that one. I just feel like that's just a cash grab. It does look interesting for the action part of it, but like, I don't know. To me, nothing will top this one just because so many great performances in this. Maria Conchita Alonso, Jim Brown, Jesse Ventura, Mick Fleetwood's in this, 𝙂𝙖𝙍𝙍𝙍𝙍, and of course Richard Dawson and several other people, and I'm sure I'm leaving out. But really fun sci-fi. I even kind of consider it like horror in a sense. Kind of feels like I want to say this might have been Stephen King based, maybe. I'm not even sure. I can't remember. I want to say it was based on a book or something. I can't remember. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm mixing this up with something. But I kind of felt like this was Stephen King based, maybe. Like if he did a futuristic one. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Like if I am, just let me know. I want to say it was based on some kind of book, but that's Arnold Schwarzenegger's The Running Man. Like I said, one of my all-time favorite Arnold movies. Then next up, I got an archive collection here. From Hell It Came. Born of Jungle Witchcraft, created by a curse. This is a black and white 71-minute presented film. Tree of Terror, zombie vegetation stalks the living in a nifty's 50s screamfest. Beware Tabanga on a remote South Seas island. No one is safe from this hideous and unique monster. Tabanga is part man, part tree, all doom. In a sense, he's kind of like a pre-Groot, if you will. Formerly an island prince, he was unjustly put to death by a witch doctor. Now he's returned to life with roots, branches, and a vengeance against natives, against visiting American scientists to investigate the tree's radioactive sap, against anyone unwise enough to expect a tree to stay put. A macabre medley of creature feature, Polynesian kitsch, and Atomic Age cautionary tale from Hell It Came is the killer tree movie you wouldn't want to miss. And then play on the word would, wouldn't, because obviously it's a tree. And that's from Hell It Came. Warner Brothers release, like I said. Look at the back. Definitely a really cool 50s throwback. I think I did catch this once. Really don't remember a lot of it other than the creature. I thought it was pretty unique for its time. And then I got the film Toxic Zombies from Massacre Video here. This is available on Tubi as well. It's out of 1980. Clocks in at 88 minutes. Has a slew of special features. This has been newly scanned in 4K from multiple original 35mm prints and is officially available on the disc for the first time. And here it is in its shape and form. Nothing prepared the world for the horror of the toxic zombies. Pretty cool flick. I'm not going to read that tonight either. But that's Toxic Zombies. Like I said, I don't know if I mentioned it, but I think I mentioned that it's on Tubi currently, or at least that's where I thought I seen it. But pretty cool flick. I like the cover art to it, very throwback-ish. Obviously, it's 1980, but I don't know. I always like the I like these like really old designed pictures and posters that they did for the cheaper indie stuff back in the day. Really well done. And then next up, I got a movie here. Blu-ray digital code on this one as well, a collector's edition from Blumhouse and the director of The Invisible Man, Wolfman. Like I said, this is from Blumhouse, rated R. Has a slew of bonus features, includes 30 minutes of bonus feature content. I don't see the length on how long it is. Let's see. Yeah, usually it tells the length on the back here. That's no biggie. It's from Blumhouse and the director of The Invisible Man. Comes a modern take on the classic monster story Wolfman. Seeking a fresh start, Blake moves his wife Charlotte and daughter Ginger to his childhood home in rural Oregon. Upon arrival, they encounter a brutal animal attack, forcing the family to barricade themselves into the house as an unseen creature prowls the perimeter as the night wears on. Blake's injuries worsen, and his bizarre behavior turns monstrous. Protect her daughter, Charlotte must decide whether to confront the danger outside or the growing horror within. Keep the bad things outside, that's the tagline. And the actress who played in this, I don't know, I'm not seeing the name. I can't think of her name off the top of my head, but she's also the blonde actress here. I don't know if you can see her too good. Right here. Oh, right here. She played in the movie Weapons as well. Um, it kind of feels like she almost has the same role in Weapons, like she did in Wolfman a little bit. Outside of that, she's very vulnerable, very I don't know, kind of seems very, like sad throughout. I don't know, maybe that's just her tone of acting. She's a very accomplished actress, but pretty cool she was in this as well. I'm gonna move this over so these don't fall because they're starting to lean like the Leaning Tower of Pisa here. And the main movie tonight that made the thumbnail is the 4K Ultra plus Blu-ray Steelbook here of The Hero We Need Now, starring Peter Dinklage, Jacob Tremblay, Taylor Page, Julia Davis, Johnny Coyne, Elijah Wood, and Kevin Bacon. It's the unrated Toxic Avenger. Did catch this one in theater. I was probably one of very few who caught this in the theater, because the day I went to see this, there was me, an older couple, and the guy kept leaving. It was kind of funny. He kept leaving. Like, I don't think it was for him. Like, I don't know. I think he thought it was going to be different, but he kept leaving to go to the bathroom or whatever. I don't know. I don't know if he just didn't like it. And then there was a group of like 3 or 4 guys up behind me. There might have been 1 or 2 other people that were there to see this, but I think it was the last showing of this movie, and I was lucky to catch it. But yeah, it's not a bad film. It's obviously, if you're a big fan of Toxic Avenger, it's not on that level. But this is a horrible toxic accident transformed downtrodden janitor Winston Goose into a new evolution of hero. Toxic Avenger, now Toxie, must rise from outcast to savior. And I see a lot of disdain for the fact that it wasn't that Peter Dinklage played Toxic Avenger in this. I think a lot of the problem was he was still 3 foot tall, and I think they thought, obviously I get their gripe with it. Like, he should have been normal size. He doesn't look very imposing like that. I mean, he's toxated or whatever, but I don't know. He just doesn't look very imposing, and I kind of get their complaint about that. I guess this was a collage between Cineverse, Bloody Disgusting, Screenbox, and Legendary Pictures. This sit on the shelf for 2 years. It actually came out in 2023, and I don't know if I couldn't get a distributor or if there was some things they had to do with it to make it better. I don't know. I know it didn't make back its budget, which is a pure shame, because I wouldn't mind to see these come to the theater. like every couple of years for sequels. But it has bonus features: a toxic environment, director commentary with Macon Blair, Toxic Shock with Tiffany Shepis, a 40th anniversary of the Toxic Avenger, and then it has the trailer. I don't know if it's the trailer for the original or for this one, but that's the Toxic Avenger. Not a bad film, not overly memorable either. Although I will give Kevin Bacon credit, because I know at one point he said he wasn't going to return to horror and I don't know, that kind of thing. And in a sense, he kind of did. But I don't know. Sometimes people, uh, kind of step on their own toes making comments like that. But I don't have no ill will with them. But like I don't know. I wouldn't say that kind of stuff. You never know. Your career kind of goes down a path, and sometimes you're ended up doing TV, after doing horror films. But that's the Toxic Avenger, the 2023/25 film. And I don't know, something about this next one. I had to grab this one. It's from the executive producer of Scary Movie. The most feared monsters in cinematic history have met their match. And it's the movie Stan Helsing. Bit of a spoof on movies such as Friday the 13th, Child's Play or Chucky, Michael Myers, Leatherface, Hellraiser, Freddy, and so on. That's from Bo Zenga, the executive producer of Scary Movie and the writer, executive producer of Soul Plane. This is an Anchor Bay release title, 90 minutes. Has quite a few extra goodies. Pretty funny film, really. I don't know, I wasn't really expecting much, but I guess all this goes down on Halloween night, obviously, And then I don't know, a lot of these characters come along. And then it has Keenan, what was his name? I'm blanking on his name. Kenan Thompson. He's in this from Saturday Night Live. That's Stan Helsing. Pretty funny film. Look at the back. But I thought I'd pick it up. I love these spoofs, these scary movie, I don't know, just kind of making mockery of everything to do with the pop culture horror. I kind of miss the days when they were doing that. And then next up, I got a movie here called Feaster Sunday. Opening night is going to be killer. This is 92 minutes in length, region A, B, and C. Has a little bit of features on the disc. HorrorSociety.com says it's a very different, very entertaining, and odd Easter film that I cannot recommend enough. Welcome to the wacky world of community theater where actors drop lines, miscues, and get murdered. Then they have their remains stuffed into Easter eggs. This is Feaster Sunday. And feature music by Church of the Cosmic Skull. Feaster Sunday is a tense, deranged thriller mixed with a heavy band of dark comedy, throwback to classics like Fade to Black and Polanski's The Tenant, twisted love letter to amateur theater, holiday slasher films, and bad boy puppets. And that's Feaster Sunday. And I'm sorry I'm tilting them. And the glare a little bit, but that's Feaster Sunday. Got a few more here. And then we got one from Rock Bottom Video Classics. It's called Squatch Out Man, the Big F. This is from Rock Bottom, obviously. Has quite a few special features for being an indie based film. A lot of times these don't have a lot of features because of the lack of budget and whatnot. But this is Squatch Out Man. It's Valentine's Day and Bigfoot is on the loose looking for a mate in this comedy horror film from Rock Bottom Video. Jenny, played by Sadie Tate, is in the neighborhood house sitting when her cousin convinces her to invite a couple of hip guys over for Valentine's get-together. Things are seemingly normal until Bigfoot makes his way to the cul-de-sac and leaves a monstrous trail of carnage everywhere he goes. The ensemble also includes nice guy neighbor, Chuck, played by Brian Kilby, and the gun-toting, beer-drinking Bigfoot extremist Maverick, played by Brian Papandrea, who are determined to defend the streets from this beast. Written and directed by Brian Papandrea, I guess Brian plays in the movie as well, I'm guessing. Chubby, or does. Fang, and he played Chubby. He did Chubby's and Fang Boner, and was original score by Slasher Dave. The Big F is bound to go down as the dumbest Bigfoot movie ever made. Pretty cool. And you can check out Rock Bottom Video 2000 at .com to check out more from the makers of this. I like these Bigfoot films, cheesy or whatever. I don't know. I'm just always a big fan of Bigfoot. Can't get enough of these Bigfoot films. So I like the cover. Thought I'd grab it, and I did. I think I got these two from the same seller, if I remember right, on eBay. And like I said, this isn't an uh, all horror film, movie haul, but it is what it is. And I got the Blu-ray digital copy code here for the movie Avatar: Way of the Water. I really like this film. I saw this in Syracuse. I think we had like maybe 5 people in the theater. I think it was actually the last time it was going to be in theaters, and I think they were going to be pulling it soon, or would be the week after. It's PG-13, and I'm not going to go into reading what this is about. I mean, if you're a big fan, this is a 2-disc set. Includes over 3 hours of bonus features. Disc 1, Avatar: Way of Water, obviously. Disc 2 bonus features include the new characters of Pandora, the challenges of Pandora's waters, bringing Pandora to life, Pandora's returning characters, and so much more. And I believe they just finished, or about finished, Avatar 3 and 4, I believe. I really like these movies. I like the mystique of this universe. I know they get a lot, they get hate a lot of times, but I don't know. I just like the James Cameron touch that he puts on these the first 2 films in the series. And I'll be right there for 3 if I get a chance to see it. I probably will see it in theaters because there's nothing like seeing an Avatar film on the big screen. It's such a wonderment kind of world, almost like if Disney made it, but only made it like this. You know what I mean? And I believe it is Disney somewhat owned because I believe it is playing on Disney Plus, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, really, as this Brian Truitt from USA Today, it's gorgeous and stunning, and no different here. In a lot of ways, it's actually a more stunning movie than the first one, with all the underwater, the way of the water, that kind of stuff. Really cool film, and I was really happy to pick it up. But yeah, Avatar: Way of Water. We got like 3 more, and I just couldn't resist on this one. I caught this by accident. I think I got it from one of the sellers I mentioned earlier. That I got the two compilated ones that I showed about a couple minutes ago. This is a movie called Christmas Freak. I don't know, just thought about it, made me want to grab it. This is a Gravitas Ventures film, 91 minutes, not rated, comedy, kids, and family and romance. I don't, kind of almost looks like could be like a killer nerd kind of thing. I don't know. Maybe it isn't like that. Imagine it was Christmas every day. It is for Rudy. He is a Christmas freak. He wants to be cool, but he has no friends. A magic scarf transforms him into a cool guy, or so he believes. But Rudy must learn to be himself and stop hiding behind Christmas. This is from in Anna Stories and Family Value Production release. I don't know. I just saw this. I guess this actually came out in 2021. It's Region 1. Just something about I don't know, like the Christmas freak kind of thing. I don't know. Kind of said grab me, and then I believe this is this is a Scream Factory release. Now the screen has a new definition of terror. Directed by Peter Collinson, Susan George, and the movie Fright from 1972. 87 minutes on this one. Has a new interview with author, film historian Kim Newman, still gallery, and a theatrical trailer. before When a Stranger Calls, there was a fright. Teenage babysitter Amanda, Susan George, played in Straw Dogs as well, arrives at the Lloyd home to watch their young son for the evening, but it seems that the strangely nervous Mrs. Lloyd is hiding a shocking secret, a secret that had just escaped from a nearby insane asylum and is now desperately trying to get inside the house. What must Amanda do to survive the ultimate night of fright? This creepy film was directed by Peter Collinson, who did Straight On Till Morning. Also stars Honor Blackman, who played in Goldfinger, and Ian Bannon, who was in Doomwatch. So basically, they're saying this is a early When a Stranger Calls. I don't know. I seen When a Stranger Calls. I don't get the hype with that one. I like When a Stranger Calls Back actually better than the first When a Stranger Calls. But this one to me looks like it's going to be really cool. So I'm happy I'm getting this one or got this one. But that's movie Fright. And then finally, I got a movie here, Blu-ray digital code as well. The latest entry in the Final Destination series, and rest in peace to Tony Todd. I believe this was his last, or one of his last on-screen performances. It's the movie Bloodlines, Final Destination, and they did just greenlight a part 7. I want to say part 7. Was it part 8? I don't know. Anyway, they did greenlight another Final Destination. Obviously, this one did really well for was it New Line, or I know New Line used to New Line Cinema, and whoever owns them now. It's rated R. Pretty much death runs in the family, plagued by a violent reoccurring nightmare. College student Stephanie heads home to track down the one person who might be able to save her family from the grisly demise that inevitably awaits them all and break the cycle. It has an extensive number of special features. I'm trying to see who it was directed by. Directed by Adam Stein and Zach Levitsky. I'm trying to see who some of the. There's Caitlin Santawana, Ted Broynes, Richard Harmon, Owen Patrick Joyner, Anna Lohr, and Breck Bassinger, and of course the late great Tony Todd. And that's Final Destination Bloodlines. I had fun with this one. Kind of had a different tone than the rest. Kind of like, I want to say, if I remember right, I've seen it quite a while ago. If I remember right, it's more like an origin story of how the Final Destination kind of stuff got started, which was really cool. I liked how they went back. But I can't wait for the next entry. These are fun films. I know my buddy Jason, who does a podcast with me, really big fan of this and Scream. I don't know, I'm a bigger fan of this than I am Scream. I don't know. I feel like Scream is overrated. I don't know. I feel like that's kind of already told its story. In this, I feel like there's so much more they could do in this series because, these Final Destination films, the curse just keeps going on and on and on. And that's my haul this week, and I hope it's not too overly long. This is actually take 2 of my video of this haul because my camera started acting screwy, and I brought it down half page, and now it seems to be working fine. But that's my review this week. I hope everybody enjoyed what I did pick up. Make sure to hit up eBay, see what's out there. Sometimes you can get a good deal. Make sure to tell your friends about my channel here at Gary's Horror Drive-In. Make sure you get here early each and every week because all the good parking spots go fast. And I'll be back next week with, I don't know if I'm going to do a movie haul or if I'm going to do a movie review because I got an option here on either or. I probably should do the movie haul, then do the review because I want to kind of get them moved back into my movie room. I kind of moved my channel to another part of the house where it's better lighted, and I don't know, it just things are kind of piling up in the movie room, and I don't want people to think I'm on don't pick up or whatever, but But that's my movie haul. Have a good rest of your week and your weekend, and I'll see you next week. Bye.